this issue about the image of God, the imago, right? That is really central to the Christian tradition. This is an area that the Muslim theologians dealt with a lot because of the anthropomorphism that is obviously one of the dangers in that idea. And as you mentioned, it's not the physical image because, as St. Thomas Aquinas and all the great Catholic theologians made it very clear that God was not limited in time and space. But in the Islamic tradition, there's a hadith that says that God created the Ar-Rahman, the merciful, created man in his own image. And they have a lot of debate about what that tradition means, but the dominant opinion amongst classical Muslim theologians, and obviously there's some anthropomorphic traditions in Islam that, in fact, what's called the Wahabi or the Salafi tradition tends to have a very anthropomorphic idea about that tradition. And so they will argue that God's actually in the direction up, and they demand. I was once surrounded by a group in Saudi Arabia. I was in Madinah of young students. Some of them were American students that were studying there. And they surrounded me demanding that I assert that God was up, like physically up there. And I told them, I said, do you concede that the earth is round? And they said, yes. And I said, well, where do you point if you're on the other side of the planet? What do they do? And that definitely confused them a little bit. But the theologians argue that we're created in the metaphysical image of God, and there are 20 attributes that are considered necessary for God to believe that God, the one is aseity, which the Catholics assert also, the idea that God is a being unto himself. He does not need anything outside of his own essence to exist.